Have you ever bought something you didn't need only to wonder later, why did I even buy this? Maybe the last time you were shopping online, you felt a sense of urgency seeing a message like only one item left in stock. Or maybe you bought 10 items instead of one because the combo pack price felt like a steal. Once, I ordered 10 LED light bulbs when I only needed one to replace a broken one. I guess I'm covered for the next 5 years. Such situations aren't mistakes or signs of weakness on our part. 9 out of 10 times, it's because our brains are being exploited through cognitive biases. Cognitive biases, researched extensively by Nobel Prize-winning scientist Daniel Kahneman, are mental traps our brains set for us. Marketers and sales teams aware of these brain quirks can use them mercilessly. In this video, I'm going to share 5 real-world situations, one of mine included, where people were unknowingly influenced by cognitive biases, ending up paying more than they should. It's always better to learn from others' mistakes than your own, right? But before diving into these stories, let's take a moment to understand why we're so vulnerable to these biases. A cognitive bias is like a mental shortcut your brain uses to make quick decisions. Sometimes these shortcuts lead us in the wrong direction. It's your brain saying, "This seems right," without fully checking the facts. This ability to cut corners is actually a gift from evolution. Back in the days when survival meant running away from lions, it was safer to assume that anything with fur and sharp teeth was dangerous. Our ancestors didn't have the luxury of deliberating, is this particular lion hungry, or maybe it's a vegetarian lion? Wasn't a question that ended well. The ones who overreacted survived and passed on their genes. The ones who sat around debating became lunch. These mental shortcuts, cognitive biases, aren't inherently bad. They've been instrumental in helping humans adapt and thrive, enabling us to think quickly under pressure. But here's the catch. Survival situations aren't part of our daily reality anymore. While these shortcuts were once critical for survival, in today's world, marketers have figured out how to use them against us. They've turned these ancient instincts into tools for influencing our decisions, making us spend money in ways we never intended. Let's look at some real-life examples to see exactly how this works. Story 1, Anchoring Bias. Let's talk about Daniel. One evening, he was hungry and decided to eat out. He picked the nearest restaurant and casually opened the menu. The first item he saw was chicken wings, priced at $18, higher than he expected for wings. The next item, a chicken burger, was $10, and most other items on the menu ranged from $8 to $12. Because the chicken wings were so expensive, the rest of the menu felt like a bargain by comparison. Daniel ordered the burger, not realizing he was still overpaying. It should have cost around $6 at a similar restaurant in town. This is anchoring bias at work. The $18 wings acted as a price anchor, making everything else on the menu seem more reasonable. By setting an unusually high starting price, the restaurant nudged Daniel into spending more without him realizing it. Story 2, The Framing Effect. Now let's look at Laura's story. Laura was on a diet and trying to lose weight, but after a rough day, she decided to treat herself to frozen yogurt. At the mall, she had to choose between 2 options. Option 1, a yogurt labeled as 20% fat, priced at $4.50. Option 2, a yogurt labeled as 80% fat-free, priced at $5. What Laura didn't know was that both yogurts were identical in ingredients and size. The only differences were their labels and pricing. Despite being slightly more expensive, Laura chose the 80% fat-free option because of the framing effect. This bias occurs when our decisions are influenced by how information is presented. We tend to pick options framed in a positive light because our brains are wired to seek rewards and avoid losses. The higher price didn't matter as much to Laura because 80% fat-free sounded healthier and more appealing. Story 3, Scarcity Bias, Personal Story. Now for my own story. I was searching for an online language course and found one with glowing reviews. Intrigued, I scrolled through the landing page. The course was expensive, but as I browsed, a pop-up appeared offering me a $100 discount if I purchased within the next 5 minutes. Feeling the pressure, I bought the course, worried I might lose the deal. Later, I recommended the course to a friend. And guess what? He also got the same limited time discount. In fact, I realized that the discount pop-up appeared every time someone spent a few minutes on the page. This is scarcity bias in action. Creating urgency drives purchases by making us fear missing out. Would I have bought the course without the countdown? Maybe not. Story 4, Social Proof. Emily was walking down a busy street when she saw a bakery with a sign that read, "Voted best croissants in town." She also noticed a long line of people outside waiting to buy pastries. Even though she wasn't hungry, Emily joined the line. If so many people are here, the croissants must really be amazing, she thought. Later, she discovered the bakery had only been open for a week, and the award was a marketing strategy. Most of the crowd were curious passersby like her. This is social proof bias. Seeing others engage with a product makes us believe it's worth our time and money, even without direct evidence of its quality. Story 5, the Decoy Effect. Finally, let's talk about Maria. One day, Maria wanted a coffee and stopped by a nearby shop. Her plan was simple: buy a small latte and head back to work. When she entered, the menu showed 3 options: small latte, $3, medium latte, $4.50, large latte, $5. The medium latte was priced so close to the large one that the large suddenly seemed like the best deal. Without much thought, Maria ordered the large. What Maria didn't realize was that the medium latte was a decoy. It was intentionally priced to make the large latte appear more valuable. This is the decoy effect. A strategically priced third option nudges people toward the choice marketers want them to make. Do you see how easily cognitive biases can be used against us for profit? Losing a few bucks here and there might not feel like a big deal, but these small amounts add up over time. We're being ripped off by thousands of dollars a year. So stay alert, folks, and keep these tricks in mind. The more you understand how marketers exploit cognitive biases, the better equipped you'll be to make smarter decisions.